Nothing rivals the physical experience of free falling while navigating twisted helices and inversions. It's thrilling, tense, and horrifying. You leave with nausea and aches in areas you can't understand. You want to do it again and again, even though you feel like throwing up. If you enjoy the thrill of bank turns, loops, dips, and steep drops, here are some exhilarating roller coasters to try on your next trip. Eejanaika, Fuji-Q Highland Park, Japan. Fuji-Q Highland Park, home to 6 headline-grabbing roller coasters, including the record-breaking Takabisha, and one more under development, is a roller coaster enthusiast's dream. The 250-foot, 76.2-meter, towering 4th Dimension Eejanaika coaster, in particular, offers thrilling experiences from start to finish. At the start of your ride, the seats twist, tilting you 90 degrees and nearly flipping you upside down before pivoting to a more stable posture as you ascend the 249-foot, 76-meter lift hill. And that is roughly the slowest part of the ride. After that, you are ready for an unbelievable experience. The chairs swivel in response to each drop, rise, and dip. You'll be face down and peering at the earth below at times, then looking up at the sky at others. Drops are intense, and just when you think your life is ended, you'll collapse on the ground. Then your seat rotates just in time to face the sky again. Moving at 78.3 miles per hour, 126 kilometers/h, every soar and descent, twist, and turn leaves you feeling bewildered. If you were in the front seat, you'd quickly find yourself in the back and then back in front within seconds. Hands, not feet. You feel weightless, like a doll being flipped repeatedly. People either laugh in frenzy or cry, and both are acceptable. Stealth, Thorpe Park, UK. This coaster is insane rather than scary. It prompted one YouTuber to sneak into the park and climb to the highest top, without a safety belt. The object stands 205 feet, 62.5 meters tall. I can't even imagine all the things that could go wrong. With a top feature that dominates the skyline, motorcyclists have a spectacular perspective of their surroundings, but only a few seconds to appreciate them. The journey begins at the station, going from 0 to 82 miles per hour, 132 kilometers/h, in less than 2 seconds. You'll be grateful for those over-the-shoulder straps. It then surges up 205 feet, 62.5 meters, and slows at the crest before plummeting down an extremely steep drop into the Rumpa Rapid. A mind-blowing adrenaline surge that is unlikely to subside even when the car rockets over a hill and comes to a halt. The experience lasts less than a minute, which feels short but pleasant. It is a must-try for adrenaline junkies. The American vehicle theme is dated but effective. The large wheel arches and race car-themed trains signal that you're about to embark on the race of your life. Cannibal Elevator Lift Coaster, Lagoon, Utah. The Cannibal coaster ride feels like a tumble from heaven into underworldly darkness. Phenomenal, yet definitely frightening. The coaster is situated in a sinister-looking tower with a jungle motif, and there are a few waterfalls dotted throughout. As you board the train, you reach a darkish stretch and briefly pause before the train begins to rise. You're climbing an elevator lift slope that takes you up 208 feet, 63.4 meters. Perhaps this setting is intended to create intrigue for what happens next. At the top, the train crawls closer to the edge and comes to a halt again, perhaps for a second or two to reflect on your fate before disappearing into nothingness. The train tips at a 116-degree angle before diving down into the tunnel, transitioning into an Immelman loop, and finally into a dive loop. Riders enjoy overbanked curves, a double-barrel roll, and a descending helix with a rock tunnel in the center. It was thrilling and tons of fun. Maverick, Cedar Point, Ohio. Standing up to mightier opponents like the Millennium Force and Top Thrill Dragster, okay, that's out now, Maverick appears practically out of place, but don't let that deceive you. This kit is powerful and offers riders non-stop action that threatens to throw them off their back. It's purposefully violent and feels like it could rip off the tracks, which feeds your excitement. At first, the train is magnetically driven up the 105-foot, 32-meter lift slope at a fair speed. After tilting at a 95-degree angle, the train descends 100 feet, 30.5 meters, swoops around, climbs a hill, and performs a twisted horseshoe roll, flipping the train from one direction to another. Wild banked curves will leave you giddy and grateful for the halfway point pause. But before you can recover from that shock, the train takes off at 70 miles per hour, 112.6 kilometers/h, to swoop over a lagoon, slither between cliffs, and navigate alarmingly low-height tracks and smooth, steeply banked curves before returning you to the station. Wild, gripping, and never rough. Iron Gwazi, Busch Gardens, Tampa. Iron Gwazi stands 206 feet, 62.8 meters, tall and features a menacing timber construction with steel support columns, which you'll see a lot of when your train descends 90 degrees and weaves through the crossovers. The train departs the station and makes a severe drop and unbanked curve before ascending the lift hill. Ascension is not too fast, giving you wonderful views of your surroundings and the coaster layout you'll be riding. The real action begins when the train descends the steep dip. It's thrilling and completely out of control. It feels like you're being lifted from your seat. Moving at 76 miles per hour, 122 kilometers/h, every curve, overbank turn, climb, head chopper, inward plunge, and crossover are delivered in quick succession to thrill every coaster enthusiast, even the most jaded ones.